Yeah, this new Nettspend album is not good. If I wanted to be hollered at by maladjusted white boys who speak exclusively in AAVE, I would just read my Instagram DMs. There you go. That's the review. Nettspend, it's not good. Okay, no, I guess I should, actually say some other stuff. Look, it's been a few years since Nettspend's last project, his breakout mixtape, Badass Kid. And honestly, little has changed about him or his sound, despite the scene he came up in rapidly evolving every month. Because on this debut official commercial album here, what is Nett really offering other than too many tracks? Because this thing is 50 minutes long and has no right to be. And each track is pretty much him operating at the same exact level sonically and creatively that he was on Badass. Just nothing but sporadic, squeaky flows over some of the most generic rage beats you are going to hear in 2026. And that's it. There's nothing cutting edge about the production, save for maybe a couple of tracks toward the start of the album that sound a little more epic and harmonious than Nett's usual beat choices. Almost as if he's building up this project like it's going to be something that's a little more epic and ambitious, something more grandiose, but the track list here hits the skids almost immediately after the first few songs. An endless gauntlet of annoying attempts at choruses and refrains, cringe bars about how he's trying to crack and shit, beats and song structures that are so samey and so bland and so rudimentary that they all just kind of blend into each other into this endless rage slop soup. I will say I do think Nett and this project feels a bit more authentic in presentation than other recent interlopers such as Ian, who comes across even more like he's awkwardly fitting into a role he's devised for himself. But genuine or not, it doesn't really change the fact that this record is some of the most mind-numbing drivel I've heard this year. It's so messy and so nonsensical that even NBA YoungBoy, a guy who is famously off the cuff with pretty much everything he does, sounds like he planned out and practiced his feature for months when he, sits side by side on a track with Nett. And while some may argue that the messiness of Nett's performances and the songwriting, it's all intentional. I mean, if that is the case, then why are there so many other releases over the past year that have dropped in this style that are more of a chaotic thrill to listen to? Recent albums from Che, Osama-sun, and especially Too Slimy comparatively are a lot more interesting and more distinct characteristics between songs that actually makes them kind of memorable. So yeah, when it comes to the sound that Nettspend is playing with on this record, he's no longer cutting edge, and I would say his novelty is pretty much worn off, at least in my eyes. Plus, it should also be mentioned that dudes who came much earlier than Nett, like Matt Ox, who came up similarly very young in this wave of internet rap buzz hype, has been flying under the radar for the most part for the past several years, despite the fact that he has made tracks and projects that have leapfrogged this quite a while ago in terms of their wild, noisy, experimental, nonchalant energy. So yeah, not only is the material for the entirety of this record just painfully boring and mediocre, but also you have so many other options out there right now when it comes to listening to albums and artists who pretty much play with the same style. You could listen to any number of Nett's contemporaries or pretty much all of the artists who influenced him to play with this sound in the first place, and you would be having a much better time, I guarantee it. Which is why, yeah, this project is just not good.